Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I hope we're all doing well and having a nice day so far. The sun has been out here for what feels like the first day of the year, and it was about 18 degrees earlier on this evening, which was lovely. And whilst we were out, we were able to pick up our dinner. So this is what we managed to get today. It's another Charlie Bigham's meal, which you cook in the oven, and we're going to add this to the Charlie Bigham's playlist, but we only just started it last week. So if you guys haven't seen that video already and you're interested in having a wee look, have a wee look in the playlist section and you should find it in there. We're hoping to gradually add to the playlist with regards to the Charlie Bigham's meals, and it might be a combination of mains as we've got here, maybe some desserts, and they also do sides as well. So it might be that you see a few different options on the playlist, and it won't always be the main meal. And I'm aware that we don't generally review sweet stuff, but in this deal from Tesco's, if you have a Clubcard, which we do, I've had my Clubcard for as long as I can remember, and so has my husband. So we've not just went to get one to get the deal, because I know a lot of people have recently found out anyway that the prices in Tesco's are really quite high. But if you have a Clubcard, they're a bit better. So I think a lot of people have subscribed recently to the Tesco Clubcard sort of plan, if you like. But I think certainly for most of us in the UK anyway, we already had one anyway. So saving ourselves some money is always appreciated, especially right now. So this meal, it serves 2 people. So I'll just quickly show you it before we go through what it is. So it's quite a substantial portion. It's pretty heavy as well. And we also managed to get a side, which is cauliflower cheese. And we also got a dessert, which was 2 melt in the middle sort of chocolate puddings, which look lovely. Don't normally get chocolate sort of cake or desserts, but I thought we've got some vanilla ice cream in the freezer, so it would be nice to use that up and have a wee bit on the side with the chocolate, the melting chocolate cake. But we are just going to be focusing on the one item today, which is the chicken and ham gratin. I personally haven't had this before, so it was an option available to us that sort of caught my eye. I did go there with the hope of getting another option, which I'm hoping to review at a later date for you guys, but I won't let the cat out of the bag quite yet. But again, it's another thing I haven't tried before, so I like to think I'm quite, worldly when it comes to food, but there are just some things I've just never had, and it's not because I don't want to try them, I just haven't tried them yet. So yeah, that's something to look out for as well as we go forward on the playlists. So the chicken and ham gratin, which is tender chicken and ham hock in our creamy white wine sauce, topped with a potato rosti and mature cheddar crumb. Now this main, as I said, serves 2. We have a side which serves 2, and we also have the dessert. If you have a Tesco Clubcard, you can get the Clubcard price for this sort of meal for 2 for £15. So dine in for £15 is pretty good considering these meals on their own. So this main is normally £9.50 on its own, and the side and the dessert are around £4.50 per side per dessert. So you're saving yourself about £3, which you can't grumble at, really, to be honest. That £3 could be £3 towards something you really need or really want, or an extra little treat that you wouldn't have had before if you didn't save that £3. So there are other ways around it. I'm aware that £15 for 2 people once a week inside your house seems like quite a lot of money, but what we found recently is that if we do order a takeaway for 2 people, you genuinely don't get much change out of £30 these days. It's sometimes more than that. Now we do live in an area where takeaways are at a premium, and we have quite a lot of really good takeaways near us, restaurants which offer takeaway options, so you do pay that premium price. And I am aware that there are some places that will be a lot cheaper, but to sit in the house and have a 3-course meal for 2 for £15 is half the price it would be for us to buy a takeaway in our local area. So it does work out reasonably good value for us. And of course, the quality of the ingredients is excellent if you are familiar with Charlie Bigham's. If you aren't, have a wee look on their website. There's lots of really good info on there. I'm not getting paid to do this review or anything like that, but it is, you know, everything's made as you would want to make it with good ingredients, and there's some recipes and some information on the website. I actually looked at the website after I had done the first video, and I was really pleasantly surprised with it, so take a wee look if it interests you. So with regards to this meal, they advise you to cook it in the oven, gas mark 7, and if you have a fan oven like we do, it's fan 200 degrees C, and electric is 220 degrees C, and that's for 30 minutes. So what they advise you to do is put it on a baking tray in the centre of the oven, away from any element or flame, and cook for half an hour. If you're cooking on a gas oven, you have to add on 10 minutes. So it'll be a 40-minute cook time if you're cooking with gas. So the recipe includes some raw ingredients and isn't suitable for microwaving, and it is not suitable to freeze either. Charlie Bigham's was started 25 years ago as the chef started hand preparing delicious recipes in small batches, as we said, the way that you would want to make your meals at home. They will never cut corners or compromise on quality, and they are always looking for ways to make everything we do even better. So they're open for you to send on your ideas to them as well, and there's some information on the packaging too. The film is locally recyclable, the sleeve is recyclable, and the tray is compostable. So all of Charlie Bigham's meals come in this sort of wooden type material, and I actually quite like them. They're really, really nice. I think you could definitely keep them if they're not covered in food when you take the food out, but I think you could keep them and use them as wee sort of storage tubs. You know, you could zhuzh them up a wee bit, paint them, decorate them, let your kids do that as a wee project as well, and actually they're quite nice looking little things, so you could definitely make use of them rather than compost them or bin them. There's also a QR code on the packaging as well for extra info, as we said earlier. So with regards to the ingredients, I think just due to the sort of cheesy sauce and the sort of cheese on the top that's in this dish, there are a few allergens, so I'll just read them out to you. And it's just to be mindful that the chicken content of this dish is 26%. So the allergens are milk, cheese, wheat, sulfites, mustard, and although we do our very best to take out all of the bones, some may remain. So it also may contain peanuts, nuts and sesames, and it may also include cereals containing gluten. So it's just be mindful if you guys are wanting to purchase this for yourselves at home. They do advise you to keep it in the fridge and not to freeze it. As it serves two, it's a 650 grams package weight, which is quite a hefty amount, made in the UK. So for nutritional information wise, it is a 650 gram approximate weight of the meal in the box. It's quite heavy, I will admit, and they do advise, obviously it's meant for 2 people, so they advise you to half it. So per half the pack, we'll go through the nutritional information. It's 562 calories, 31.6 grams of fat, 13.4 grams of saturated fats, 28.5 grams of carbs, 4.9 grams of sugar, 40.2 grams of protein, which is quite high I think, 1.7 grams of fibre and 2.05 grams of salt. So it's quite heavy on the salt, very heavy on the fat, but you know what, it is a one-off, and it's a creamy white wine sauce topped with a potato roasty and cheese crumb, so it is going to have all of the lovely things in it that you try not to eat every day. But yeah, some of us are better at that than others, aren't we? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop this in the oven for the recommended time, so it's fan 200 at 30 minutes, and I'll come back, I'll do a wee taste test of it, and I'll let you know how it turns out. So I'll see you in a minute. Hey, so we've been into the kitchen, we've picked up our dinner out of the oven, and we've served it up on a little plate for you guys so you can see what it looks like. So I'm really impressed with how this turned out. I'll just try to show you what it looks like there, a wee bit of a close-up hopefully. And we also have, it's quite a big portion, you know, obviously it serves to the gratin, but I mean there's a lot of it on the plate, put it that way. I think that on its own is more than sufficient. I think it's going to be quite a hearty, filling portion, so And we've also got some extra stuff at the side that was in the bottom of the container that we just sort of scooped up as well. So what I'll do is I will try a bit with the sort of crunchy topping, just to let you know how it tastes. And there is a nice little bite to that with the sort of cheese on top, which is good. And I'll try not to burn my mouth on camera. So this is our little bite that we're going to take. Very, very hot, it's literally just out of the oven, but I generally do have a bit of an asbestos mouth, so I can generally eat things that are quite hot. So fingers crossed, here it goes. That's absolutely delicious. You know, you can really taste all of the different sort of textures and flavours within it. Really nice crunchy topping, it's not too crunchy, but I'll just show you as well. So you've got lots of nice crunch on the top, little individual bits of like toasted bread, like that wee bit there. Nice little crunch to that. Not too crunchy. I think that's the thing sometimes when you do have a topping on stuff, like, you know, like potato dauphinoise or gratin, or if you have macaroni cheese with the sort of layers on top, sometimes it can just be too much. But I think this is the balance is just right. So lots of lovely flavours in there. You can taste all of the herbs that are used in it. It's a lovely, lovely creamy sauce. Quite Moorish actually, and you've got your spinach in there as well, which really does add a nice flavour to it. I know a lot of people might think, well, spinach, what's that going to really add when it's all wilted down? But that with the chicken and the cheese and the sort of crunchy topping with the potato roasty goes very, very well. So what I'll do is I'll just try some of the chicken on its own with a little bit of ham and some spinach without the crusty top, and we'll see how that goes. Delicious. It really is one of the best things I've eaten for quite a while, and I'm going to thoroughly enjoy eating this for my dinner tonight. So as I said, this is part of the deal for 2 people to dine in at home for £15 in Tesco's using your Clubcard, if you have a Clubcard. If you don't, then the deal is still available, but you will pay a lot more money for it. So it's just be mindful of that. There are lots of options to choose from. They have lasagna, cottage pie, they have moussaka, they have lots of different curries as well, and they have some more traditional things like coq au vin and the fish pie. So it's good to keep an eye out. We've been to a couple of different Tesco's, and we've noticed that the produce is different in each one. So I don't know whether they maybe just get like a selection and they have to just, you know, make do with that. Not every item will be in your local Tesco's, I can let you know that straight off the bat, but I'm really impressed with this. It tastes delicious, and as I said, I can't wait to get stuck in to enjoy it for dinner. So I hope this has been a useful review for you guys at home. As I said, we will add this video to our Charlie Bigham's playlist, and it is only the second video within the playlist, but I think it's something a wee bit different, and whilst it's on offer, we're going to make the most out of it, because otherwise we wouldn't be buying this meal for 2. Since it costs £9.50. So, well, for the main anyway. So I hope this has been helpful. I hope you've enjoyed seeing how it's turned out. I am really, really happy with how it's turned out today, and it's lovely and golden on top. So as always, thank you so much for supporting the channel. Thanks for joining us to watch this video, and I shall see you on the next one. Take care. Bye.